live. I don't care. We've just
think
won
we
the
are.
Europa League. We just won the Europa League. It felt 10 times better than I ever could have imagined. Sorry, I'm
Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that.
What is going on? Everything was weird. Like the game plan was so anti-stereotype, and we pulled off though.
That's the
It
thing,
was
though.
so
Is like
Mourinho Conte.
if you watched how we played in the Europa League all season, we talked about it on the live stream that I did. This is how we've set up in the Europa League. We've set up to be more of like a negative hit him on the counter team. And realistically, we probably should have scored a second goal if Solanke hadn't been run into the ground.
Oh my God, Solanke! Oh, legend, Sean.
Legend. Thank you very much, Sean. What a night. What a bloody night. I literally to the point, I love Greece. I love Greeks. I was celebrating in the bar with all the Greeks, and they said there's no taxis left, and the barman said, you look so happy, I'm going to drop you home. And I said, look, I'll give you 30 euros. He's like, it's a 1 mile drive, it's free. And he said, I want your night to be special. And I was like, what a bloody legend.
I want to give a shout out to my mate Makis. He runs the social media for Dubai Spurs. Huge hug at the end of that game. Oh, beautiful.
Oh my God. Nate, hello. How are you, my friend? Drew, how are you? Howard, how are you? Ross, how are you? I hope you and your boy soaked up every single second. That's what it's all about. Is that Andy there? Inside Spurs. How are you, mate? I can't stay as I'm off chat. Yeah. Andy's show's great, by the way, guys. If anyone's not met Andy before, he's been on the show before. Great channel. So make sure you check it out. Oh, mate, guys, like the performance, though, it was just so like anti-stereotypical Andrew. I think it's a bigger kind of not surprise. Like it wasn't a surprise to many people who closely followed Spurs in the Europa League. But to many on the outside, they'll go like, what on earth? That was weird. He brought on a defender and he saw out a win. That's what Ange does. He wins bloody trophies. He wins trophies.
That's who he is, mate.
That is who he is. That's who he is. That's who we are. We're Tottenham Hotspur, 3 times winners of the Europa League. Arsenal fans, you can never sing that. You'll never get close to singing that. We're in the Champions League next year as well. It's just hit me.
We've had a better season than Arsenal.
Yeah,
we've had a better season than Chelsea, even if they win the Conference League final. We've had a better season than they have because we've won a better European trophy.
All of our I feel like we, as a group, we spent so long gritting our teeth through so much adversity to say please just try keep the faith. Like this moment will come. And it was and I'll leave this bit to you, Vic. It was a Vicario away from not being that night. It was like Vicario.
It was a Van de Ven away from not being that night. Oh my God.
Mickey deserves a statue of that overhead clearance on the goal line. Oh, absolute legend.
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. As Greg said, just so there was some comments from Johnson apparently that he said apparently at the full time in like all adulation and stuff. He was like, this is the biggest mic drop moment ever. But I think that's about himself. Well, it wouldn't be about.
He said he was hoping to hear Ange's press conference.
Yeah, but Ange just got to go in there and say, "What did I tell you?" and just walk out.
Yeah.
This is who he is. You guys criticized me for the entire year, and I did what I told you I do. I win trophies in my second season.
Well, on Paramount where I was watching, he did an interview with like Carragher and them, and he said, "I knew you guys knew I would win it. You guys had my back the whole time."
Legend.
Whoa, lad. Hyper noise. Thank you so much, mate.
You know who I feel sorry for? You remember that meme during COVID about the Ghana people with the coffin?
Yeah.
That's Dan Kilpatrick right now. Because he's not gonna want to see Ange in any presser going forward.
Nope.
Oh, Ange isn't going to answer his questions as easily.
No.
He will. I can't wait to see the rebuttal when his next question comes in. I thought I was a clown, mate.
Yeah.
Like this This is. I couldn't believe it. Like when Sonny lifted that trophy. I know Sonny had like a very limited influence on that game,
It
but
doesn't
he
matter.
is.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
I don't
It
care.
doesn't
If
matter.
you want,
I don't
It doesn't matter.
if anyone's looking for a new wallpaper, by the way,
Yeah.
Oh,
may I
yes,
suggest-
exactly.
might I
Send that
suggest that
send that in
one?
the group. Send that in the group because I
I
want
got
that.
you. I got you.
Gibbo says, "Clown with a medal." I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna chat GPT the hell out of that, and I'm gonna slap that around social media. Oh my
Boys.
god! I, I genuinely didn't think it would feel this good. I
Me
genuinely
either.
was
Me
like,
either.
oh,
Dude.
you're. Oh,
I didn't think it would feel oh my god, that whole I was gonna go just I watched the game here because I had meetings until basically till like the moment the game started, and then they went over, but I left them because I had their priorities, right?
you can always get another
Exactly.
job. Spurs win a
Exactly,
trophy every
exactly.
20 years.
Exactly.
But I was supposed to go to like one of the local like supporters group to watch the game, and I kind of wish I had now. But the thing, well, I couldn't have. But I wish that I wish the meeting got moved around or whatever. But basically, the thing about it is that bar it hosts Tottenham Supporters Club, but it also hosts United's. So I just can't imagine what it would have been like there
At the
at full
same
time.
place.
Yeah, same place.
That's
It's
insane.
I know. There's only so many places you can find in San Francisco that are willing to open at 4:30.
That's fair enough.
To be
I
fair,
tell you,
go on.
Dubai Spurs was amazing atmosphere. I mean, I was there from 2 hours before the game kicked off, and the singing started from the moment I arrived. Was a little kind of nervous singing, but just throughout the entire game. And I swear that the final whistle, the tears, the jumping up and down, the hugging random strangers, it was beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Looks like Simon won his Europa
Simon,
League
Simon,
winners.
did you, Simon?
Simon,
How
legend.
much
I
you
think
put
that
down
one
this
came
one,
out,
mate?
came off.
Mate, and by the way, Ross is keen to jump in as well. We'll get Rossi on as well. Tottenham Simpsons as well. But the the whole like, my mate who's a massive Celtic fan was like, he sent me a screenshot of a £500 bet he put before kickoff for Spurs to win. He was like, this is
Wow.
Ange, mate, easiest money I've ever made. I'm like, he got £1,700 back. I was like, whoa! I was like, man, you're brave.
I don't know about you boys, but as I said before in our preview pod, I hope they show the video of his pre-match speech because that is going to be beautiful.
Oh, it will be. Simon, mate, you are very generous. You are beyond generous, mate. That is ridiculous.
Beyond, yeah.
So beyond. Thank you so much.
Very much appreciated.
Amazing. And thank you so much for all of you who have stuck with us as we try to do an Ange and stick with our principles.
Oh,
Davo!
What?
Davo! Oh,
Davo's a legend. Davo's done more
Everyone's
than
giving
just
us a
this, by the
little
way.
slice of their Europa League bets hitting.
winnings.
that we all told you guys to put at the beginning of the season and
Yeah.
never wavered from.
So you should be thanking us. You should be
Yeah,
thanking
exactly.
us.
We
guys.
deserve this. No,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
exactly.
It's very much incredible.
But
I don't know.
Davo's a social media specialist, and he helps us a lot with the show. He took a look at the show and gave me a load of feedback, and it really helped us a lot, particularly on the thumbnails. So thank you so much, Davo,
Yeah,
and
appreciate
of course, shout out to
I don't know
Joe
if you guys
Coffey.
have seen this. Just to jump in first a little bit. I don't know if anyone saw this one. It's they Madison and Regulon brought out a poster. I always win things in my second year with Ange with like the 8-bit like cool guy
No.
glasses. I don't know if you guys seen it.
No,
I'm
I
sure it's
haven't seen
everywhere
it.
on
I haven't
Twitter
seen
right
it.
now, but you should go find it if you didn't. I saw like
Beautiful.
in like the celebrations, you can see like the back of it, and I was like, I need to know what that says. And it said exactly what you think it says, but it's still beautiful nonetheless.
Oh,
Just look at the BBC.com sport head page. It's this beautiful picture of Son lifting up the trophy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
boys.
yeah.
I've got a picture of Spurs winning a trophy that's not in black and white. Like, we
Oh
won the
my
League Cup,
goodness.
but like, this is another level. I've got a mate who's a massive
We
Newcastle
won a
fan, and
trophy that isn't named after an energy drink.
yes, exactly. I was like, exactly. It's like the last time Newcastle
Ooh.
won a trophy.
Ange press conference about to start. Ange press conference just
Ooh.
started. I need to find out about
Boys,
that,
all I
'cause
have to say is everything you knew the build up in the past was something we would have screwed up. All the birds won. So Liverpool, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. In the past, you always knew it was us that was going to blow it. I can't believe this year we stood up. Thank you, Ange. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And I don't want to hear, the Europa League run was slightly easy. I'm sorry, folks, but when you go out to Mura, Fiorentina, Middlesbrough, Palace twice, all these kind of teams over the Colchester over the last 6 years, you can't say like, oh, it was an easy run, because we've had plenty of chances to win trophies. We've never done it. We've finally got a manager who did it. We've done it. The last time Spurs won a trophy, no one else has won a trophy.
Well, serial winner Mourinho got beat by managerless Croatia's, what was it, Zagreb. I mean, Ange took us to the glory land, people.
And his tactics and everything were just so cup final-esque. He had like the best of. It was. You wouldn't be surprised if you had like photoshopped Mourinho's face and Ange's in that game.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a different build, but you would still have been like, I'm not surprised. These are classic Jose tactics, how he wins trophies. It was game management
bringing on
masterclass.
Danso, then Gray and Spence. I was like, oh my god, this is Mourinho, Conte. We know what's going to happen. They're going to score. We've got no one else to bring on.
Masterstroke bringing on Danso, by the way.
Oh
He
yeah,
he was our aerial just monster.
Ross looks happy. Ross, you got to celebrate that with your son. That is magical, mate. How is he doing?
Boy, come here. I've seen us win trophies. I've seen us win an FA Cup, but to watch it with him and a European trophy, him being in, he doesn't mind me saying this, in floods at the end. It just made it, and that proper rear guard. Everyone say hello to Owen.
Owen, how are you, my friend?
G'day, mate.
Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur. You've had a soft landing, my friend, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
He was too young for 2019, weren't you?
Yeah, I was about
6. Yeah. So he doesn't remember. He was kitted up that day, but he doesn't remember it. I don't remember it either. But it's been a crazy night. But armchair managers all the way through it. But just to see Sonny lift that trophy, it's just that relief as well. Go on.
It's like a well-trained border collie, like my little Molly there, Ross. Just gone.
He's up at 11:10 on a school night playing EAFC. He's good. But just to get that monkey off our back, and now that Sonny has got a trophy, I don't know how everyone else feels, but it just feels like weight. And to finish 17th, which we might do, and be in the Champions League is just the funniest thing in the world. The
thing I love most is this trumps a Bundesliga.
Oh yeah. It's
without a doubt. Without a doubt.
100%. I don't want to make it like I don't want to make it that thing where it's like laughing. But it's not even laughing at them, because they left for the right reasons at the right time for them and all that kind of stuff. Harry made the right decision in going for his own personal career. He did, but he was so close. And I think we should always look at it as like a bit of like. It's almost like a little bit of a shame that he could have been there, but then at the same time, I feel Son almost gave us back a little bit more, and he deserved that moment as captain.
Son
edge more.
Son is the player the summer that the other striker went on strike, signed a contract when we had no manager. Nobody deserves it more than Son.
Well
Nobody.
Said. Oh, Stefan.
Oh,
thank you so much, Stefan.
Thank you so much.
Us finishing third wasn't going to change this football club. The only thing that's going to change, I agree. Like
100%.
Finishing, all the media kept gassing up the league positions, and as someone said, it was very true. If you want to argue about whether it's right or wrong that Spurs get the Champions League coming 17th and winning the Europa League, coming 5th in the league is not a bigger achievement than winning a trophy. That is not a more warranted way of entering the Champions League. It should be a Champions Trophy. You win your trophies and you get entry into the Champions League. And we are Tottenham Hotspur, and we are champions. We are champions. Can we do the Chelsea thing and sing Champions of Europe, even though, little asterisks on there? Do we do that? I assume we've got to do that.
No, of course we can. It's a European competition. We've won. And we've won a trophy. Harry Kane won a hubcap. It's fine.
If West Ham can celebrate champions of Europe for winning the Conference League, we can celebrate for the Europa League.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to answer this question because I mean, technically, no. I did. I was just getting into football when we won in 2009. I was like, oh, this is going to be a breeze.
So you weren't, to be clear, you weren't a sperm. You were a fully
No,
fueled
no,
human
yes, I was a
being.
fully
Glory
fledged-
hunter.
I was a glory hunter. Yes, I was an 8-year-old glory hunter that was following the team my dad told me to follow.
We have to meet the famous, the true Deej.
Exactly.
Well, he doesn't have
Man,
the J
The
part.
true
but
D. He's just called the D.
The
Is that what
D,
you're
yeah.
saying?
To be fair to your dad, he was right because supporting a city, I mean, you don't get the same satisfaction that you just got tonight, did you? I mean, there's no way.
Oh, Cloud9. Cloud9. And just look, seriously, thank you to everyone who's tuned in now, who's supported us and backed us through this whole insanely difficult period for this moment, who gritted their teeth and got through it, who supported us in getting memberships and all that
Oh,
stuff. Like, you're
Greg.
all
Greg.
amazing. Let
You know I will.
What time is it over there, DJ?
Oh, 3 p.m.
Yes, boy.
you
We're,
got like 8 hours of celebrations.
But
yeah,
it's quarter past 2 in the morning here.
I might
Yeah,
see
it's 1
if
in the morning here.
people are still at that bar after this is done. I'm not gonna lie.
Good
Yeah.
boy.
I'll try to make my way down there.
You should have to pay for a drink, lad. Not one drink tonight. Just go, look, Spurs, mate.
Go out of your Spurs shirt on, and everyone should be buying you drinks, for sure. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, seriously, thank you so much to everyone who's backed us, supported us, and been with us on this journey through this moment. And it now means that everyone going to that Brighton game, everything can soak it in, enjoy it for what it is, and just we like after all the losses before the international breaks, we had to sit with like 2 weeks of no football, dwelling on a loss. We can sit for months of no football, dwelling on being champions of a competition and having a trophy. I think like it was all the like, oh well, you can't keep foregoing league games because we haven't actually won the competition that we're foregoing them for. So it didn't kind of feel like you were foregoing it for something you haven't got. It was like a bit like saying like, yeah, if you do this, I promise I'll do that. But the promise has been fulfilled. The promise has happened, and it makes it much more.
I don't want to hear anybody all summer criticize Ange, Levy, the board, anyone. Just celebrate, bask in the glory, enjoy the good times.
Bask. I'm going to bask in it like the Greek sun. I'm going to love every second of it. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to hand over to you guys while I run to the toilet, because my journey tonight has been about 9 mythoses and enjoying the game with loads of Manchester United fans, and the barman dropping me home because there were no taxis. And yeah, I need the loo.
Please turn your mic off.
Understandable.
Please turn your mic off. I don't want to hear your pee, mate.
I can offer a members only content. You can come on. So if you want to help the show, the best way you can is by offering them memberships on the donation thing to get more members in, so we can offer them more members exclusive content, and you get to see me pee. So there you go.
I'm not sure that's a selling
maybe
feature
the
you think it is.
maybe the members are allowed to not see it.
Yeah, exactly.
The members are allowed to
That
turn
might
it
work better.
Yeah.
True. Our female following of 1% has dropped to 0.2%. A bit unfortunate there, but yeah. But anyway, I'll leave the next few minutes up to you guys. I'm going to run to the loo.
All right.
So, boys, the question is, do we fancy beating PSG or Inter in the Super Cup?
I think we beat them both.
Yeah, bring them on.
Yeah.
God.
Man. Okay, well, I guess we can now that we've won something. I guess it's a good time as any for reflection on the season it's been. I'm gonna cap it to the Europa League. I'm gonna ask you guys before today, because oh my gosh, thank you, David, for memberships. Thank you for letting 20 people see
or not see
Jim, or not see, depending on what we're saying. But what was your guys' favorite member or moment from the Europa League before today? Like moment in game, preferably, not necessarily. Oh my gosh, Howard too. Thank you guys so much.
Guys.
Yeah. What are you guys' favorite moments from the season? And feel free to sound off in the chat. We'll read I'll read out the ones I can.
Do you want to go first, Stu, or
No, you go, Ross.
Elsborg, when all them kids were scoring, Scarlett, Ajayi, and Mikey Moore.
Yes,
To
that
have
was
that homegrown talent come off the bench and score and more or less get us out of the league stage, I think that was special. There's been some pretty good moments, but that match for me, that second half especially, was just beautiful. Just because they're all local lads, I think, if I remember rightly, and yeah, I just it from that moment on, I thought, you know what, we could. That's what it is. What about you, Stu?
For me, it's gonna be the Frankfurt away because I thought that was a real mature performance. You're up there, you're going away after a disappointing first leg at home where we deserved to win. Um, but a Frankfurt that hadn't been beaten at home for God knows how long, and we went there and we put in a performance that was worthy of a cup winning side. And I thought that was a real mentality shift. And that for me was the first time I thought, you know what, we can do this.
Of the Europa League run?
What
Did you
about
guys
you,
already
Joe?
thank? Did you guys already
we
thank
did.
David?
We
and
did. We thanked
We're
David
on
and
it.
Howard.
DJ's on it.
Howard,
I've got it.
sorry.
I've got it.
Yeah, we got this, Jim. Don't worry about it. You can trust it.
I'm the Kinski to your Vicario. Don't worry.
I need to be more Ange and less Jose, and just trust the talent
Exactly. Trust
that
the
we
team.
have.
We're
Trust
going
the team.
around
Support team.
asking what's your favorite moment of the Europa League before. Thank you very much, Bob Down Under, for continuing this trend. See, I
Dude,
got
you're
you.
fast. You put this old dog up to shame.
Got it. I'm like I said. I'm Kinski. I'm at your heels.
Your
Watch out in
distribution
a
is
season or
insane.
two.
Your distribution is insane, mate. Oh, fair play.
Okay,
Fair
let's
play.
hear his favorite moment from the Europa League.
Owen, what's your favourite moment from the Europa League?
I would say where Solanke scored that pen against Frankfurt to get us into the semis.
Big moment. Big
It
moment.
was.
It was.
We're going. Obviously, I led it with a caveat: no final, because that's everyone's.
Obvious.
So, Jim, I'll ask you now since I'm the host.
Just
about you? What was your
remove his
favorite
admin
moment?
access before he takes over the show. God. So what's the question? What's the best moment of the Europa League?
Best moment of the Europa League, not the final.
Also, I can't say Sun lifting it.
No.
I
Well,
think-
obviously that's the best one. But other ones
Okay,
against
I
Italy.
think it was the second leg against Glimt for me, because that was the moment I believed we were going to win it, because that game was supposed to be really difficult. It was supposed to be a game where we conceded 3 goals, and I was like, wait a second, we actually know how to win these games. We actually are a different team. It gave me that reassurance that we weren't as bad as the league form perceived. And we actually were a really good side, and we need to be. And for me, that was a moment when I was, just blown away by it. And
I just want to shout out James. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
was what did
We're
you?
giving context. I
So
got you, Jim.
James
Don't worry.
is
I
one
got
of
the
the,
chat
one of the
now.
boys from Dubai Spurs.
Oh, I just feel like I've taken the most massive. I don't know. Like I'm thinking. I just feel so relieved. Ross,
I mean,
Ross, you know what I
yeah.
mean. Don't scowl. You know what I mean.
I think
It does
I think
feel that
everyone-
good. It feels that good, Ross.
I'm just reliving the moment because when the goal went in, Owen, my son, picked it up before I did. I thought it'd gone out, but he started going mental, and I'm like, "What? Oh my god!" And then, I'm just.
Do we do a bit of BJ appreciation, Ross? Though a bit of BJ appreciation.
100%.
Massive.
Am I not going to get to answer the
100%.
question that I asked? I
Oh,
had a good answer
God,
that one no
dude.
one had
DJ,
said anyway.
DJ, what was your highlight of the Europa League run
Yeah,
for Tottenham?
tell us,
Hotspur?
DJ.
Jim's wrestling it back from control from me. My favorite moment was probably honestly the I guess obviously like my favorite moment if I go off the top of my head is probably the Elfsport game, just because it's so fun to see the academy kids scoring and like taking kind of taking the next step in their development, one would hope. But I think of the games, the one that made me the most like confident, I guess, the one that increased how I thought about the Europa League the most was actually the Karabag game after we got the red. because it was 0-0. We got a kind of pointless red, and then we ended up winning that game 3-0, and that was just that was the kind of maturity of a performance that we hadn't really seen from Tottenham since like the first 10 games of Postecoglou's tenure, in my opinion, and that kind of I think set the tone for the rest of the Europa League journey. And I think that they referenced that in some of the post-match interviews. I think Brennan mentioned it when he was talking, and I went back and thought about it. I was like, yeah, no, that was a fantastic tone setter. It got us points when down 10 men for 80 minutes basically, and yeah, I don't know. It's just so good.
Can we just pause a second, I guess, for Johnny, because he has been on monologue after monologue after monologue. His poor wife, his poor children, poor us, defending this.
The man who told us we needed to hire Ange before anyone knew who Ange was.
Yeah. And also to Sean for sticking with us. And we were at a mere 1,000 subscriber podcast, and he's been with us through thick and bloody thin, as Shorty. But Johnny, over to you, mate. How do you feel?
He's on mute.
Oh, I love it. It's
Of
so
course he is.
perfect.
Wouldn't be Johnny
He
without.
enters with the wrong
wouldn't be
settings,
Johnny.
and he hasn't even got a mic. We'll come back to Johnny.
Let's come back to Johnny.
He's still talking on mute.
He hasn't got his. No, he's not on mute. He hasn't got his mic connected as the default sound device on his thing because his son is asleep.
Johnny,
and
we
this is
love
for
you.
him normally, but he'll
That
be
is
back.
a crazy stat.
And just spoken in his present, by the way.
What has he said?
I think somebody in the chat said that. I need to have a look at this.
He's gone back to his hotel room
Yeah,
with a bottle of scotch.
still fairly early in the rebuild. This is from Glenn Maillard. This was just a taste of icing. The cake is still being baked. A good cake takes how long? What? All right, Ange, how many's he had?
So Ange is baking a cake, and we've only just gone in the oven. We're gonna cook. Is that what you're saying?
This is true. This is true. Johnson only wins this European trophies. Everyone. It was thinking back on it. I suppose now, if you knew we were going to win, there was only one person to get the winner, and that's the person who only scores goals. It's Brennan Johnson.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he didn't touch the ball, but
He did.
He created the danger.
He touched the ball and it went into Shaw. I can't believe they're scoring that as a goal unless there's some angle we haven't seen where he gets a little touch on it after it goes off of Shaw. But you know what? I am in agreement that is how it should be scored in this one particular instance, because having a European final be decided on a goal is a little bit lame. So
Johnson turned a simple clearance into a goal. That's why
yeah,
that's it.
exactly.
100%. If he hadn't have been there, there would have been no panic. I mean, he is at the right place at the right time. Legend.
And also another legend is Howard, because he's another one like
Yeah.
Sean. When because we're now so massive at nearly 6,000 actually subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. But Howard's another one who's stuck with us through the thing.
Hello.
Johnny, you're back.
Ooh, he's
Johnny,
here.
it's yours. The floor
It's
is
working.
yours.
Is it
Just
working?
my man.
It's working.
Yes,
we
we
can
can
hear you,
hear
mate.
you.
We
Can you hear us?
Okay.
Johnny, you've defended Ange through thick and thin. You've defended this process and this journey for this trophy through thick and thin. Go on, mate.
Mate, listen, I've just come back. I've literally arrived home about 5-10 minutes ago, and just like everybody in this room, this virtual room, it's like the most beautiful experience, isn't it? Like
100%.
I was in Trinity Bar in Dublin tonight, and when I was at the Bodo Glimt game, it was like the downstairs one level. When I came up tonight at 10-6, 10-7, it was like the whole place was completely rammed with yids, and it was like, oh my god! Like I thought, like, old guy, I need a table, I need to sit down, but that was gone. It was an incredible night. We were down with the kind of like Dublin ultras, and what a night! Like, I was there.
Sorry,
It's 1984. Like, we're there in 1984. I was 11 years old. 1984. I was 11 years old. You know, like I'm not completely sober. You might have, you might have that reality. I don't know how many Tottenham fans are, but like, I was there tonight. Like, I'll never forget that night. I'll never forget that night. And like, everything that's happened this season, like it's been horrendous. We've been like, Jim, you and I have been to so many games this season, and it's been horrendous. Like, I went to Crystal Palace like a week and a half ago or whatever. I thought we'd lose. Like, that's just stupid, isn't it? Like, fair play to Crystal Palace, they went and won the cup, but like we're Tottenham. On Sunday, I'm going to the lane. I'm going to the lane with my old boy, and we're gonna be there with the Europa League trophy, and there is nothing more beautiful than that. Like 41 years. I was 11. Look at me now. I was 11. I had like hair, you know. And
Johnny, if you need
whatever,
a seat
and
next time, you need a baby on board badge. That's what you need.
yeah, exactly. But I'm an old guy now. I was there with my son tonight, and like, I'm not going to come on here and add anything in terms of intellectual insight. I'm just here completely for the vibes, because the boys there on the screen in front of me now, love you lots. We've been through a lot in the last 2 or 3 years, and it's amazing. I'm so happy. I cannot tell you how happy I am. We were there, just like everybody in that bar, just like hugging, just embracing and adoring the moment. It was amazing. I cannot tell you how happy I am. I'm so happy. Champions League, baby. Champions League. I'm going to go into my work tomorrow, and this is Dublin, right? So everybody's either a Manc or a Scouse, even though they're fake Mancs or Scouts. I'm going to go in there tomorrow and say, like, all right, so I'm going to talk to obviously the Mancs. That'll be fun. And then I'm going to go to the boys, like the Chelsea fans, say, looking forward to Champions League next year. Oh, you're not qualified yet. Sorry, boys.
Johnny, you've got to answer this question, mate. This is for you from Sean the Gooner Slayer, one of our first members, with a question here. Go on. Can you see it on the screen? Sorry, you might not have your reading glasses on, but sorry to pull us down.
He has to stay.
It's not. He's got to stay, right?
He has to stay. I'm sorry. Look, I know it was a bold move to say what he said in that presser, like however many months ago it was. It was the first half of the season, and he said that about the second. You know, he was just stating facts. He's done it again. Like, we haven't felt this. We have not felt this. 2008 was great, but I'm sorry, Europa League is a different level. It's a different level. We beat Man United, and okay, whatever about the game, it doesn't matter. Like, the history books will record Tottenham Hotspur, like 2025. You know, like, so Ange has to stay. I'm sorry, Ange has to stay.
I said from the moment, if he lifts that trophy, there's no way he can be let go. No way.
Nah.
What kind of? You've said it, Stu, 2 or 3 times. What precedent does it set
Exactly.
to someone else if you do what Tottenham fans have craved all these years and you just remove someone, unless it's on his own terms, which he's already said isn't going to be the case? He's got to stay. You've got to give him a few months into next season to see if he can. And look, a couple. I think, guys, can I just question Bissouma?
Oh, what?
Bissouma.
And Sarr was class tonight as well.
But Bissouma's got 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah.
There's a lot of criticism. Do you extend it and then layer a 6 on top? Do you just smirking?
I mean, he is the kind of player where I don't know. We've said this before, but he's the kind of player that gets worse with extra minutes under his belt. He's in a weird age range. I think it kind of depends on what happens with Bentancur, honestly. Like, if Bentancur stays long term, then I think Bissouma probably heads for greener pastures. But I don't really want to talk about getting rid of players at the moment, because every single player
100%.
that is in Lily White right now is a Europa League winner.
Yeah.
And they all deserve to be celebrated.
In US sports terms, you'd want to do a sign and trade, wouldn't you?
That would be lovely, yes.
I don't know what that means, so I'm going to throw the next question to Ross, which is, Ross, the South Americans we give a lot of stick to because they love a yellow card. They're literally sexually attracted to them. But tonight, the flip side of that is, my word, when you need some testicles of steel on a big occasion, don't they show up?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Romero got player of the match, I just looked on social media. It just shows, doesn't it? I mean, the guy got elbowed a couple of times in the head and he kept going. Bentancur was immense tonight. I thought the fact that we didn't have any creative midfielders, the fact that Sarr ran. Solanke was almost on his knees at the end. But you're right, the South American players were immense, and that save at the end by Vicario from, I think it was Luke Shaw, wasn't it, a header?
Yes.
But just quickly, another Ange quote. He said, "I'll be disappointed if we couldn't continue on this path. When I signed, Daniel Levy said we went after winners, it didn't work, and now we've got Ange. But mate, I am a winner. I understand the way things have gone in the league. People are rightly concerned." He kind of said that it was on him, that he had a bit of a power struggle with let's forget about the league, let's go for the Europa League. But wow, has he been vindicated? I think all them poor performances in the league vindicated now. We've come away with something that Daniel wanted. We're in Champions League. We have a trophy. He's seen Son lift a trophy.
Yeah. Oh,
and exactly, Johnny. I mean,
amazing. What a moment.
That man,
get better.
I think it was Stu earlier on said about when it was Nuno was there and Kane was flirting with Gary Neville and Man City.
Yeah.
He signed his contract.
Exactly.
That man needs something more than a statue. He needs the
Son
Stadium.
Stadium, exactly. We still haven't named it. Why not? I know.
Let's name a stand after him.
I'm going to put a controversial poll up, guys.
Ooh.
No, we don't want to hear you put right?
Son or Kane for the bigger legend for Spurs?
Oh, it's Son. It's Son. I'm sorry.
Son.
It's not even a question. It's Son without even a
Yeah, but I
shadow of a
wanted
doubt.
I wanted everyone to pretend that I think it's going to be Kane and it not be Kane, so I can be all like self-assured of my internal biases and all that kind of stuff. You know what I
My
mean?
12-year-old son even said Son. It's going to be a landslide.
One guy has shown dedication to us throughout, thick and thin, and lifted the trophy as captain.
Oh, massive.
Oh, Sean.
Once again, thank you so much. I don't know, man. Especially once the 75th minute came on and we had kind of decided to not get out of our half, which is like a valid tactical decision. Obviously, it's one of those things where if we get scored on, we look like an idiot. But if you shut up shop like we did, then what else do you need to do? We made the decision that United don't really have the ability to create aerial goals without bringing up Maguire, and they didn't. Without Maguire in the box, Xerxes was not an aerial threat. Ahmad, fantastic on the night. I'm going to continue to say how great of a player he is and how much I wish that he
was amazing.
But yeah, he was fantastic. But outside of that, he would send in these beautiful crosses to Van de Ven and Romero. That was it. Bissouma was getting in there. He had a pretty good game in the air for someone that I don't necessarily consider to be that much of an aerial threat. And then as soon as the 75th minute came on, we got into their half. They were just kind of allowed to take our knees out. That was frustrating, but it didn't matter. So we don't need to talk about it.
I'm so excited. I've got in the studio when I'm not in Greece and I'm recording it from home. Under my little sofa bit behind the thing, I've got a little box of all the papers when we won the Carabao Cup, all the clippings. I am so bloody excited to swap them with ones in high definition. I am so bloody excited.
Can you get me some extras? Because the San Francisco Chronicle will not be coming.
I won't be able to get them, actually. I won't be back till Wednesday. They're all going to be sold. But anyway, if you are listening to this and you live in the UK and you can buy me a spare paper, I will reimburse you. And if you're happy to post it to me, I would love you forever. I don't care what rag it is. They're all rags, but just pile them up. Mail, Guardian,
Star.
Telegraph, Star, Sun, all of them. I don't care what your political beliefs are or mine, whatever. Who cares? It's about the clipping on the back of Heung-min Son holding a trophy. That's all I care about. And I want as many copies of that as I can in as many forms. Where does Johnny go?
In the Danso's pocket, I think.
Maguire came forward to jump in Dance's pocket. Well said, Sean.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a little bit. I was going to say that this is actually kind of what I wanted to talk about. Is this? I think we need to kind of most finals that I remember watching
Yeah, or crap.
kind of like this, especially because like once you get the goal and you think your opponent won't score, then you like then there's no point in attacking because it's like a one-off thing.
Nobody criticizes Liverpool for the awful way they played
They beat
after
when
their
they beat
first
us.
penalty. Exactly.
No one
They-
criticizes
the-
Jose.
The what's it called? What was the
Exactly.
game against? I think it was Inter Man City. I think it was Inter
Yeah,
City.
Yeah, where
Where
Lukaku missed a couple of
Lukaku
chances.
just had like a billion chances, but
Yeah.
it was Lukaku, so they weren't really chances, and it was just some of the ugliest football you've ever seen. And then
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
every final is, especially because like once a team goes up, then you're going to be incentivized to kind of stop the game from happening, because if the game isn't happening, the opposition can't score. So
I've got-
like this is the kind of game that I think Tottenham in the past would have shied away from playing.
Yeah.
They would have been like, oh well, we'll win anyway. We'll continue, and even potentially, I don't want to like put words in his mouth, but like, you know, in the beginning of the beginning of Ange's tenure, he was often criticized, rightly or wrongly, for saying that he won't change tactics. And today he very clearly not only kept with the same change tactics that he uses for Europa League knockout stages, which is to play more behind the ball and play on the counter. And like honestly, we probably, like I said earlier, we probably should have had a second goal from that counter with Udogie and Solanke.
Surely, the better final is we concede in the 93rd minute and then we go on to win on penalties. That's more exciting, but I don't want that. I want boring.
No.
I want boring.
I'm an old
I
man.
want
My
game
heart
plan
can't take
goes.
it.
My heart couldn't take the boring, so I didn't want to see the exciting.
Hyper noise. Just
the
quick,
last bit-
Ross, I
the
will
la-
pass just to say thanks to Hyper Noise because he's been another
Oh,
member
yeah.
since the start with Sean and Howard, and thank you very much. Go on, Sean. Oh, Ross, over to you. Sorry, mate.
The last great final was the last World Cup final, but even when Liverpool beat us in the Champions League final, I still haven't watched it back to this day. It's a boring game. I mean, Man City winning the treble. I've got a friend who's a Palace fan, my best mate Dan, and he goes, we weren't that good, but we won, and he's been singing and dancing it all week. Winning the trophy will last longer in the memory than what happened on the 65th minute or anything like that. We'll talk.
Well, I don't know. There are some things in like the 70-something that I'm thinking of goal line clearance.
Yeah. Hanging that picture. I've got a picture on my phone. I think I'll put it in the group chat of Mickey van der Ven clearing it. But God, I just think. But yeah. By the way, what Lee FX? Thanks for the $2.
Thank you very much.
Richie was brilliant
Thank you
today.
very
I thought Richie did a proper Richie job, and we've needed more SHIT housing players than before.
South American grit. That's what we did.
That's what we need, and that's what we got. And it's a beautiful game. I didn't care how boring it was. I don't care. We won a trophy.
The thing is like I think that even in like with different personnel in games past, I don't think that I don't think that we would have had the ability to make the game as boring as we were able to make it, because part of any, like, I don't know, like we've all complained about watching Arsenal, even if we were neutrals, obviously. As a completely unbiased viewer of that other club, their games are all boring. And then they win, and then they're praised for being boring.
Yeah.
We've tried to be boring before. We tried to be boring against Fulham in the EFL Cup in our first season. We tried to be boring against other clubs, but
under Conte, under Jose.
Under Conte, even we kind of tried to be boring at times under Conte, under Postecoglou, like the Fulham game in his first season, where we dropped out of the league because we basically fully rotated. Which, you know, I'm not saying that I don't want to litigate that, but like we've tried to do that and we couldn't, because the players in the midfield haven't been able to like make the game boring. And I think that we need to like appreciate like Bissouma. Fantastic. I think this is I had several times, especially in the first half, where I was just like, he looks like the Bissouma that we bought from Brighton. Like this is the best version of Bissouma. You have Bentancur, who's getting everywhere. He's in all the passing lanes. He's watching everything. He's always in a good position, which isn't always the case. There has been a lot of times where we've criticized him for maybe gravitating a bit too much towards the ball, and that leading to chance creation behind us, but he was always there. He was always covering if a center back stepped up. He was always there to drop back into the back line if Basuma wasn't, because Basuma, especially in the second half, we shifted him out further left to help with Ahmad. And then Pop Sarr looked like he could have run 5 marathons. I have no idea how he did it. He came off the pitch. I don't know how he didn't take a step over the line and just collapse, because I cannot remember a minute that the ball was close to him and he was not running towards it, or running to be in the position he needed to be, or running to cover somebody, running to cover a run back, because, Pedro Porro does like to get forward. He also defended very well. All this to say, I've talked a very long time to say, making the game boring isn't always easy. And the fact we were able to make the game so boring is a testament to our midfield, a testament to our defense, a testament to Solanke, who actually looked like he was going to fall over at full time, a testament to right wing Archie Gray, which is a thing that happened in the last 5 minutes of that game, a testament to every player that was out there. And I'm going to be results based. I'm sorry. We won, we made it boring, and we were successful at doing so, and that got us a win.
If it's Liverpool, it's clinical. If it's us, it's boring. That's the difference.
Exactly.
100%.
Well said. That's a great analogy. Yeah. Well, not an analogy, but yeah, great point. It's completely spot on.
Speaking of boring, Big Kev.
Oh, that header, yeah, so good.
It goes to
Great
show
game.
those January signings, like that signing is possibly the difference from winning the Europa League or not, and the improved transfer strategy. That
'cause if you
get
think
those
about
players
it,
right, how important it is.
But it would have been between him and Archie Gray. And Archie Gray, fantastic player, came on, did a job, was defending for his life for the last 7 minutes, is not the most aerially dominant player. We knew that was a hole that we had. We filled it with Danso. And in the biggest moment of our season, when the only thing we had to worry about, because they were never going to carve us apart when we had 10 men behind the ball, the only thing we needed to worry about was aerial threats, and they have one of the best aerial threats in the league in Maguire, and we've seen it throughout the entirety of the Europa League. Maguire has been there, and he was just completely nullified by Danso. And so, like you said, yeah, these January signings are so important. Shout out to Kevin.
And shout out to, I think Andrew, if Levy was to pull the trigger on Ange now, I think for the first time I've become truly disillusioned with the ownership, because you can't after that. You can't.
All this questioning. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will tomorrow sack him, and I'll be surprised. But all this, look at the way he's doing. Things haven't changed. In the past, Ange wouldn't have been there today. Let's be honest. He'd have got fired 6 months ago.
Yeah, true.
Things are changing. Let's be real and acknowledge things have changed. Daniel Levy is not behaving the way he has done in the past. He is now listening to others. You've got Scott Munn in there. You've got the new CEO coming in, who I'm sure is already in his ear. Things have changed. Let's acknowledge things have changed.
Mm-hmm. And we should celebrate that, because we now have a springboard to build it. Without this win, we wouldn't have a springboard to build it on as quickly as we do now. So now we have the opportunity to say we have a very attractive proposition to put forward to potential signings in the Champions League. We have something to offer those players who want to keep, that we're saying, like Romero of 2 years left, and you're saying, oh, should we keep him or should we not? All these players, there's an incentive there now that enables us to accelerate our whole project by a couple of years. And a couple of years is a long bloody time in football. That's not a small thing. This win has brought us so much more than just tonight. It has brought us belief. It's brought us optimism. It's brought us money. It's brought us so much. It's
credibility.
Yeah, I can't understand.
Credibility.
All the trophy jokes are gone. Can you believe that? All the trophy jokes are gone. No one has won. The last time Spurs won a trophy was today. No one else can say that. You can make a joke about everyone else but Spurs.
100%.
I hope this puts more pressure on Arteta as well, because
what phase is this of the
well, Ange phase 2 outdid Arteta phase 15, I think, isn't it? I don't know.
Apparently, Arteta's saying he's not being backed enough by the board.
He's too used to working under Guardiola. Like that's where that comes from. That's the only way I can imagine even thinking that. They have spent a lot of money. They've chosen what they spend their money on, and they've gone out and bought another DM. I think for the summer already.
Another midfielder, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Whatever.
gonna
They do it.
gonna share. There's a tweet that Spurs have just done, which is pretty good and deserves some credit.
Spursy.
Domino's in February said we've sold 78 million pizzas since Spurs last won a trophy, and Tottenham just retweeted it with a caption, "How many now, lads?"
Good.
They also put one out saying Spursy lifting the trophy.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the Conference League is the only trophy left this season, right? It's the only team that can win a trophy.
Champions League.
Champions League.
Oh,
But none of the
not in England, though.
teams are in it. Yeah.
But we're winning that next year anyway, so whatever. But we're top seed now of Champions League as well, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Yeah, we get top seed. We get
Yeah.
top
We
seed.
do, yeah.
We're literally in a better position than Arsenal. Like what the hell happened? Like, and I know people are like, oh, that's crazy. Now everyone's outraged that Europa League gets Champions League place. I'm sorry, but coming fifth in your domestic competition, or fourth, or even third, is not a bigger warranted reason for being in the competition. I get why the Premier League are like, we prioritize the top 5 for those positions, because you typically over a 38-game season, the teams in the top 5 on average are going to be the best 5 sides.
This is the bar I was talking about going to that I couldn't go to because of the meetings. I would love to know if you're still here, what that was like. If the United supporters were there as well. Sorry to jump in, but I would love to know what that atmosphere was, because I really wish I'd been there.
Go now.
Why are you not leading the San Francisco Supporters Club? You should be all over that.
Take the camera with you, Deej. Just go there now. Take the camera. Live feed it.
Maybe after this.
Guys, it was bloody special.
It was
special.
So good.
See, like I've just been like enjoying your chat, but like that for me, like it's all about that experience, isn't it? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like you can talk about the ramifications, the repercussions, what it means for next season, but I actually don't give a damn about any of that. Like, because Tottenham are champions of a major European trophy tonight, and it's been 41 years, and at the end of the day, like it's as a sort of brotherhood or sisterhood family of Spurs fans, what that means is impossible to actually encapsulate in words, because we've all been wherever we were tonight. Like, I was in Dublin, and I was in a bar which is the home of the Dublin Spurs official supporters club. There were 3 levels. When we arrived before 7 o'clock tonight, the place is completely rammed. I couldn't believe how full it was, and it was just an incredible experience. And I was there with like 4 other people I really care about, and we were there. We shared it. We were there. We lived through every kick of the ball. We gave out yards about every decision the ref made, and at the end of the day, like, we're there counting down those minutes after 90. I mean, it was just an incredible evening. And like, whatever happens after tonight, we just need to, like, from my point of view, as an old guy, the oldest guy in the room here, it's just so incredibly special. It's so incredibly special. And whatever happens after tonight, I don't think Levy will pull the trigger on Ange. I don't think he will, because if he does, I will be raging. I will be so unhappy. The people who've been giving out about Ange over the last few months, like they've got props, legitimate claims to that. Like, I mean, it's not like come out of nothing. But what we've experienced tonight, we have not experienced for decades. We've not experienced for decades. It's incredible. Mm-hmm. We're not Man United. We're not Real Madrid. We're not whoever, Chelsea or whatever, in terms of like the recent success. This is insane. It's an amazing night. We have to appreciate what Ange has done, and I honestly, we can analyze and we can take it apart and we can look at the individual contributions, and there was all the boys stepped up tonight. It was It was a well-deserved win, and
It was.
here we are, the 5 of us here together, having like I don't know how you boys feel, but I imagine you feel the same as me. I'm literally floating. I'm literally floating.
Oh,
Johnny, I went from 2 months without touching a drop of alcohol, or
Yes.
smoking a cigarette, to having
Yes.
seven
I love
pints of
that. I love
Mythos
that.
and a pack of Camel Yellows in the space of about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I've loved every bloody second of it. Can I just shout out
Exactly.
Reese, by the way, because he sends in some brilliant analysis to us on the emails that we often use on the show. And he says, like, he's not interested in the attention and stuff. He just loves Spurs. And we often use it on the show, but don't credit Reese. But Reese does a lot of really, really good analytical work. That kind of like when someone says something like kind of an outlandish, strong claim, he'll just go get the data and just say, I'm not taking a side, but here's the data. And it gives us a really good platform to base opinions on. So and we have actually met him in the ground as well, Johnny. You were there as well. So thank you very much, Reese.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, I thought someone donated $60 million, but it was just a reference to.
Cheers,
Glenn,
Ben.
come on, mate.
Top guy.
Go from $60 million to. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, thank you, Glenn. You actually have been with us for a long time as well. I do recognize the name as well. So thank you. Do you want to wrap up, guys? And we'll do a proper pod. We'll do a pod tomorrow as well for the crew. But it is 2 a.m. for me, 3 a.m. for Stu, midnight for Ross, midnight for Johnny, and Deej. It's a lovely leisurely 4 in the afternoon. But you can just sit there and just watch Deej just talk about how happy he is.
Deej just gets down the pub.
I know, I do.
Right. I'm going to get this one to bed as well. Right. Love you all.
You do.
Cheers, boys.
You do.
Beautiful
Cars
evening.
Spurs.
You
Up
know.
the bloody
You
Spurs.
Come on,
Come on, you
Spurs.
Spurs. We did it.